Hi, I'm Rebecca Schmidl, and today I'm going to do a speech over stress cardiomyopathy. It's a very informative speech, I do believe, to tell you all the symptoms, the causes, and the treatments that you can do for stress cardiomyopathy. A lot of people underestimate the magnitude of a broken heart. I remember a lot of people saying that they have broken hearts because of past relationships. And you know, it's an actual emotional event that can put on physical stress to your heart, of course. Now, the first thing that I did when I was doing research on this topic was find a definition, because that's a good part to start, a good area to start for your research. And when I did that, I found a definition from the Seagan's Medical Dictionary, and it stated that stress cardiomyopathy is a condition in which intense emotional and physical stress is put upon you, and it can cause rapid and severe weakening of the heart muscle, known as the myocardium. This just really puts stress to the heart, and it can cause your arteries to narrow, to whereas with a heart attack, the arteries actually shut off. With stress cardiomyopathy, they just narrow and just kind of make the pumping action a little harder to do. Now, some of the symptoms mimic a heart attack, such as you will have shortness of breath, fatigue, may actually faint, and your blood pressure lowers extremely. Anyone feeling these would probably panic and say, I think I'm having a heart attack. But when they actually get to the hospital, do an EKG, their heart is still pumping and doing everything that it should be. It's just a little stressed at the moment. Now, after I figured out my symptoms, I really wanted to dig and say, what causes stress cardiomyopathy? What are the actual things that can make someone say, I'm suffering from a broken heart? There's a lot of symptoms. Anything that can put your body in emotional distress is your broken heart. Everyone is unique in their own way as an individual. So, you just really have to see what's hurting you. But some of the common symptoms are a relationship ending, grief over a lost one that you recently lost from death. It can be fear, even fear, just someone jumping out from somewhere hiding and scaring you. That can put your heart through stress. Also, asthma attacks and panic attacks also do this to your heart. It can stress your heart so bad that you will actually have the shortness of breath. Of course, with an asthma attack, you're going to have shortness of breath, but your blood pressure can lower and your heart can just suffer from it. Now, when I was looking up the causes, I found a great source called Causes of Stress Cardiomyopathy, and I went to that, and it talked about all the pharmacotherapy that people go through, and it was really informative. Now, this can lead, like I said, it leads to the heart muscle weakening. And anything like those causes that I just named off, that's what weakens it. Now, it is believed to due to a sudden release of adrenaline. Adrenaline, the hormone adrenaline, is what causes this heart muscle to weaken. So I came across this visual aid while I was doing my research on it. Let me get it centered there for you. And it says a broken heart is not just a folklore. And it actually shows all the body symptoms that a broken heart can affect. And of course, the heart and the renal area, kidneys, are affected. Now it says, a new study examines 19 patients who suffered cardiac problems following sudden emotional stress. The study offers a possible explanation. Grief or fear is experienced. So like I said, grief, fear, a loved one passing away, even a panic attack or asthma attack. This all triggers all of these, your brain, your heart, and your renal area. Now, stimulating the adrenal glands and nerves, when your nerves and your adrenal glands have been stimulated, it releases that hormone adrenaline, which is what causes the heart muscle to weaken. Then you go on to, it can sharply lower the heart's pumping activity, which is when you experience the low blood pressure and the shortness of breath, like, oh, I'm having a heart attack. The reduced pumping causes chest pain and other symptoms similar to a heart attack. And I just thought this was a really great visual aid to just show all the body functions and everything that's affected by a broken heart syndrome. Now, when you go to the doctor and you say, I'm suffering, my heart hurts, I don't know if I'm having a heart attack, they will hook you up to an EKG machine. When they rule out a heart attack, he will talk to you and may give you advice on treatment, such as you can do therapeutic. Massage maybe can just calm you down, a walk in the park, but sometimes people are experiencing way over the therapeutic, what a therapeutic action could do. So they do recommend ACE inhibitors, beta blockers, an automatic internal defibrillator, maybe even an inhaler. You know, they will recommend some of these things, and it's important to stay up on whatever the treatment is. You need to do it because it's going to help you. Now, I looked for my treatment for stress cardiomyopathy, and the best source was eHow. eHow explained all different things, from the ACE inhibitors, diuretics, beta blockers. They explained all of these things and how they can help. And some of the ways that they can help are just basically, an ACE inhibitor is going to help your blood vessels to dilate, and that's what you want. You want your blood vessels to start working right. The beta blockers are going to block the epinephrine. You know, it's going to block the way that your body responds to stress, and the hormone adrenaline is going to help you get through that. Now, I really hope that you learned a lot about stress cardiomyopathy. And if I had a longer time to do a speech, I could have explained a lot more because it was really, really interesting to me. So I hope that each of you learned something from this and maybe go and take a look yourself. Remember to always listen to someone that says they're suffering from a broken heart.